Hey guys, welcome back. Today I want to discuss Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This movie is rated R for language throughout, some strong graphic violence, drug use, and sexual references. The plot summary is a faded television actor and his stunt double strive to achieve fame and success in the film industry during the final years of Hollywood's golden age in 1969 Los Angeles. This movie stars Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Margot Robbie, to name a few. It is a Quentin Tarantino film. If you are not familiar with Quentin Tarantino, he has done films such as The Hateful Eight, Inglourious Basterds, Pulp Fiction, Django, just to name a few. So he has an established fan base out there, and if you know his movies, you know what you're signing up when you watch these things. They're not going to be a film for everybody. He does have a cult following, and it's not that the films are bad or anything. It's just there's a certain humor to it. A certain type of people that doesn't get offended by things. Sometimes it can be a little slow paced, and which this film is a little slow paced, and you have to just kind of bear with it. And because the scenes are really good, but there's those slow moments, and you know, it's Quentin Tarantino, and this film isn't going to be for everyone. Now, like I said, it is rated R, so you've got the language, which Quentin Tarantino, the language is appropriate for the era that the film takes place in. Like I said, it takes place in 1969, so the clothing, the cars, all the visuals, looks appropriate. But yeah, the film itself does have like you have your main plot, which is Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt's character, and then you have this subplot with Roman Polanski and Sharon Tate, and then you have a third one with the Manson family. And so you have these three things, so it's kind of Pulp Fiction-y in that sense, where you've got multiple plot lines that intertwine with one another, but that's the only resemblance. But it is an interesting film, and I did enjoy it. The only negative I got is just it was a little slow paced. Like, do I really need to see this character driving for 5 minutes? Do I need to see that character driving for 5 minutes? Like, yeah, I'm being exaggeratory here. It maybe wasn't 5 minutes, it was maybe 2, but still. The whole time it is showing progression. The character is getting ready, the character is in the car, the character is fooling with the radio, the character is seeing the people out on the street, they're arriving at their destination, turning the car off, getting out of the car. It is progression the whole time, but do we necessarily need to see every last little aspect of that? Like, seeing the people in town was important, but the rest of it, not necessarily important to see. So there's things like that. It just could have been trimmed up a little bit, and it would have made the action parts go a little more seamlessly. Then there's a lot of flashbacks, and sometimes it's not real clear where the flashback is, and you have to realize, oh yeah, okay, this is a flashback right now. But again, the flashbacks are for you to get a better understanding of the characters. Like I said, Leonardo DiCaprio is an actor that has come to the prime of his life in Hollywood and is realizing he needs to change things to stay relevant in everything. And like I said, Brad Pitt is his stunt double, his best friend. They do everything together. He does pay for Brad Pitt, Leo does. And so it just chronicles their relationship together, how they got to where they are and where they're going to go. And like I said, I don't want to give away the ending of the film, but I really enjoyed the ending of it. It was a nice change to see this alternate reality, because again, I don't want to spoil the ending, but we know the chain of events that took place to go what really happened. And then this film shows an alternate twist, and I was like, oh, well, that's kind of neat to see that. So that was, if you haven't seen the film, watch it just to see the ending, because that was very interesting and very fun to watch. And I don't know why I was expecting it. I don't know why. I know I've seen Quentin Tarantino films. I've seen The Hateful Eight. I've seen Django. I've seen how he can get graphic, but not like overtly gory graphic. And, you know, it's just that perfect balance that he does. It's tame compared to like Eli Roth, where Eli Roth is like in your face gore. And this is like, you know, a good moderate, like, I'm gonna be a little gore, but we're not like gonna shove it in your face gore. And so it was very enjoyable is what I'm saying. And the whole ending, the way it was shot, fantastic. So don't get me wrong, I did thoroughly enjoy this movie. It's just, it was a little slow paced is all. And particularly, I enjoyed Brad Pitt in this movie. It has been a while since I've seen Brad Pitt in something. I think the last movie I seen him in was Fury. Did that come out after Inglourious Basterds? Yeah. So that's how long it's been since I've seen him in anything. And I hadn't really enjoyed him in anything in a while. And this one, loved it. I loved getting to see Brad Pitt's comedic humor. It was like a mashup of The Mexican meets Burn After Reading, which I love Burn After Reading. His character in that, hilarious. But again, getting to see his comedic humor, love that. Leo, of course, phenomenal job. The little girl that he has to interact with, I'll pop her name up. I don't know her, I'm sorry, but she was wonderful. I loved her. But yeah, I mean, it was great. How many times can I say this? Quentin Tarantino, you know his style. You know what you're getting into when you're watching the film. There's language. There is no sex scenes, but there is like sex language talk. In one scene in particular, yeah. So, I mean, it's nothing overtly bad, just, you know, your typical R. There's, like I said, there is a little bit of graphic violence and things. That's all I can really say. Let me know down in the comments below if there's anything I am forgetting to talk about that you guys would like to know extra. Like, I mean, right now I can't think of anything extra, but let me know. Is there anything I'm missing? And you're like, hey girl, you forgot to say it, mention this thing. Like, you need to be talking about this too, you know? Let me know if there's anything I missed. If there's any movies out there you would like me to review, leave it down in the comments below. Like this video if you found it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you guys. Bye.